Hi out there, everyone. This is Kevin Bradley with Aureus on the social media team. Welcome to the Aureus 411. I'm sitting here today with Paul Just. He's one of our account managers. Paul, to kick us off a little bit, why don't you tell us about your role and how long you've been working with Aureus?
I've been part of the Aureus imaging team as an account manager for the past little over 5 years. For those, Virginia's been one of my major states.
One of the main major states out there. And so I think there might be a little bit of a confusion as far as maybe some license requirements out there to work within the state of Virginia. Could you talk to us a little bit about that?
Yeah, there's always been confusion. There probably always will be, because Virginia is somewhat unique in the fact that if you're an employee of the hospital, you don't need a state license. The problem is if you work at a hospital but not for the hospital, i.e. one of our employees, a traveler, you do need the state license. So I have conversations all the time with HR reps, with managers, directors that don't know that rule because their employees do not require it. Interesting.
So you're very much a knowledge source on some of the placements out there for our travelers, and you have to educate them. Very good. So kind of tell me, how long has this rule been in place, and why would there be some confusion out there?
It's been in place for really about ever for what I do, since '96. Like I said, it's been out there for a long time.
Okay. And what would happen if someone were to be placed within that facility, not working directly for the hospital, but going through Aureus, and they wouldn't have that state license in hand?
Well, if they get caught, which happens quite often, minimum a reprimand, and potentially a fine.
Reprimand and a fine. What would happen with the reprimand?
Well, it's going to be public knowledge. You can find out that information right on their website, in fact. And then anytime you either reapply for a previous license, go for a new license, anywhere where they ask the question, have you ever had a state license with a hit on it, you get a now answer yes.
Wow, and so that could impact their employability down the road.
It could.
Gotcha. Well, that's going to be very important to have in place. And how long does the process take to get the state license?
Average, for the most part, 2 to 4 months, but it is dependent upon previous work history, how many state licenses you currently have. What the rule is any employer within the past 5 years needs a letter from them to the state board. Any license that you currently have, a letter from them to the state board, ART, your school. One good tip that current traveler of ours, Beth, had given me is what she did. So what that'll happen is the state will, the state of Virginia will send this huge PDF with all the information on how to get the license. One of the pieces in there is this letter that is required. What she did is she sent out that letter with the self-addressed stamped envelope to all these various entities asking, hey, can you please fill this out, drop it in the mail. Her process went a lot quicker than most. She's actually working with a coworker right now that didn't try that tip, and she's trying to do everything by email and phone calls, and it's taking her a much longer time.
Interesting. So Beth's pretty much on top of it. And with a 2 to 4 month state license requirement, this would be a really competitive one to have in hand for potential travelers out there.
It is. Anytime I get a job in the state that requires licensure, I go to my little Virginia State book that I have, and if you're not on that list and not available, there's no reason for me to even call you on the job, because that job's going to be filled before you're available, or have that license, I should say.
So a lot of facilities won't even consider a traveler unless they have that in hand. Gotcha. No, that's good to know. Where could some of our travelers go out there to get more information?
Just go to their website. It's virginia.gov, Department of Health Professions. It's a very easy site to navigate. If you have any questions on how to navigate or any questions about the license, feel free to give me a call.
Very good. Well, Paul, I want to thank you so much for your time here. That's great information if you want to work within the state of Virginia. Again, thank you for watching Aureus 411. If you want more information about job postings, state licenses as well, please follow us on Facebook, Aureus Imaging, and then our travel radiology and ultrasound. Thanks for joining.